will play for a while together. Nicely bowled. Ind 13, 52 for 2 Ireland.
Dad, I'm a genius! I can make us penguins fly!
That's gonna be tricky without wings.
Exactly. That's why I've got Red Bull. It gives you wings. All we have to do is drink it.
And how?
Come on, Dad. Just drink it. Watch this. Oh, what's going on?
It's 40 degrees below. Or did you think we're just standing here having fun?
Red Bull gives you wings, but only if you drink it.
Ah.
Irew Prendergast. The intentions are absolutely clear against the leg spinner. Just attack.
First ball of the over. Top shot. Width was on offer. Using her long levers to good effect to go over mid-off. Safe shot with the turn as well.
Now the contest begins. There's an inquiry from Richa Ghosh. She feels she's got her player. Priya Mishra is a little tentative in that celebration. We'll know soon.
TV umpire to director, we have a review for stumping. It's a fair delivery. Can I have the side on angle, please? Can I have the opposite angle, please? Keep rolling. The foot is on the line. Keep rolling. Is there a split screen available? Or can you zoom this up for me? I'm satisfied. There's no part of the foot behind the popping crease. I am ready with my decision for the big screen.
Just when the fluency was coming up for the Ireland team. Again a wicket, and that to a massive one. Irew Prendergast has to walk back.
Fantastic piece of keeping from Richa Ghosh. Quick hands. And good awareness as well. That foot was on the line. The line belongs to the umpire. And they are ecstatic. This is an important partnership for Ireland, and it has been broken. Priya Mishra gets her first.
It's time to start your business. Time to get customers. Time to make your future now. Create a website in minutes. How? GoDaddy. Coding? Nah. But all that writing? Nope. AI. Done, built, up and running. You have what it takes. Now take it to the next level. Create a beautiful website in minutes with GoDaddy.
Let's get to work.
Start today at GoDaddy.com.
Hello. Oh yeah, now you're talking. You smell it.
They're a team of seasoned pros.
I always end up back in the sheds. He's in his element up there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Lovely.
But this game never gets old.
Oh yeah, belter. I want it a lot.
It's all about signature moves.
How much? 100. He makes that noise. If you just said £5, he'd have gone.
And classic banter.
If you make one Welshman buying a sheep joke, I'm not talking again.
I've had them all stored up.
Brand new Salvage Hunting starts Wednesday at 9 on Quest and stream previous series now on Discovery Plus.
Experience there. Former captain. If you'd want anyone out there, it would be her right now. Oh, gone! Gone, first ball! And what an effort! In big trouble now, Ireland, losing their fourth. 2-2 for Priya. And gone first ball. Laura and Ireland are 56 for 4 now.
It's time to start your business. Time to get customers. Time to make your future now. Create a website in minutes. How? GoDaddy. Coding? Nah. But all that writing? Nope. AI. Done, built, up and running. You have what it takes. Now take it to the next level. Create a beautiful website in minutes with GoDaddy.
Let's get to work.
Start today at GoDaddy.com.
On hat-trick. Priya Mishra, 2-2. Out comes Paul. Got a slip, got a gully. Short big wicket, short extra cover. On hat-trick. Oh, full toss. It's the last thing you'd want to bowl. Was straight, but didn't get the length right. Gets off the mark with a couple of runs.
Well, leg spinners will tell you, full tosses get plenty of wickets, so maybe it was a plan. Maybe it was just a dastardly plan. Leah Paul comes out, though. She's exactly the person you would want in that situation. She's the kind of player that maybe wouldn't even notice it was a hat-trick ball. She's so calm, she's almost horizontal. All those catches, nearly all of them come out now. Just the one slip in place.
The only left-hander in the batting lineup.
There's a good thinking by Priya Mishra to bowl a googly for a new batter, and with so much of confidence, a young leggy picks up 2 in that over.
That's what wrist spinners can do, isn't it? The surface can be as flat as this. They still managed to get something out of it. What an over, double wicket over. 58 for 4.
Growing up British Ghanaian, I wanted to create a brand that supports the African farmers who supply the beauty industry. So I started Yendi Skin. With Adobe Express, it's easy to create everything I need to share my brand, my content, and my culture with the world. But the best part is creating a platform to share how African farmers make it all possible.
Yeah, for Ireland, losing 4 wickets very early. An important over, the last one. Couple of wickets for Priya Mishra in that over.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting how she bowled that delivery to Laura Delaney. Laura Delaney wouldn't have wanted to come out against the leg spinner. This is the stumping of Orla Prendergast, who looked surprised that she was given out. She felt she'd got back. Gabby Lewis's dad it was there, who seemed perplexed, but it was quite clear, nothing behind the line. Brilliant to have that option to go upstairs in these games.
Ooh, is there a little bit of bad there? Oh no. Given out, given leg before. Was a late reaction from the umpire. It's going upstairs. Leah Paul, she wants it reviewed. That's the IDFC First Bank DRS.
TV umpire to director, we have a player's review for leg before given out. It's a fair delivery. Can we move to front on, please? Ball passes close to the inside edge. Can I confirm this with ultra edge? Next frame. Next frame. Satisfied it's a flat line when the ball passes the bat. No bat involved. We'll move to ball tracking. Pitching outside leg. Thank you. I'll go back to Akshay on field. Akshay, you need to reverse your decision. You're on screen. Signal now.
I got that review right. Leopold. It's pitched outside leg stump. Doesn't matter if it goes on to hit the stumps. But top effort. Something very unique about Saima. We'll talk about it, her action and how she manages to get a bit of swing. Let's revisit that over. Priya Mishra, a couple of wickets, a massive turning point at this game so far.
This was so close, wasn't it? Orla Prendergast. She takes a big step forward. She felt she got back, but in fact, it's a very thick line there. You've got to push the ball and put back in. But it was a huge moment in the context of the match, and Laura Delaney coming out. I mean, how long it took to make the decision as well. The nerves would have been building on the sideline for Laura Delaney. Came out and then just didn't get the movement forwards to prevent the ball from coming back in and finding the gap. That's how tight it was.
I think it was also a very important moment. They were building on a good partnership there, and once that was broken, usually there is a follow of a wicket. That's what we've seen. Laura Delaney coming in, couldn't pick Googly, and they had to lose another wicket. Those 2 wickets is the reason why Ireland is at 59 for 4.
Let's not forget she was hit for a boundary first delivery before she got the wicket of Orla. She's inside. Don't think that would be refereed. And it's not. 59 for 4. Oh, no. Hold on. It has been refereed.
TV umpire to director, we have a review for run out at the bowler's end. Can I have this side on angle? Satisfied, the bat is grounded. I am ready with my decision for the big screen.
Quick work for the third umpire, Vrinda Rathi. An easy one. 59 for 4.
There I was, deep into my quest. I scaled huge mountains, discovered wild jungles, crossed vast deserts, even fought off a terrifying polar bear. All for man's most elusive object, the lost doofer.
Wow. My hero.
Make your home epic. There's more to Argos.
Well, Orla Prendergast is a brilliant player of spin. She's very tall, very quick on her feet. So it's a big moment in the game because she would probably be the #1 batter in the Irish lineup against spin.
She got good control. Obviously got good pace as well. Gets the ball to dip on the batter.
Slip goes in. You can always tell when a leg spinner feels like it's their day. They start moving a bit quicker. They want to rush the batter.
Nicely played. A little bit under pressure. A shot off a batter who's in form. He's watching the ball really well. Reverse swept for boundary.
I love this option from Gabby Lewis. Brilliantly played. Even though the slip had gone in, she knows that the ball's been mostly outside off stump. There's just one fielder in point to beat, so good boundary, much needed. Ireland can't go into their shells. Their captain's leading the way with her intent. A really well made boundary there.
Should be another boundary. This time more orthodox with her sweep shot. Very fine indeed. Back-to-back boundaries now.
That's what it does. When you get reverse sweep, you try to get your line a little more in and then you go down the leg side. Conventional sweep, which fetches another boundary.
A little bit of maybe inexperience being shown there. Just tried to go the other side too much. Didn't go back to what's been working for her.
67 for 4.
And none of the Irish batters really getting going, apart from Lewis. Prendergast looked good, even though 9 from 19 deliveries. She started to look herself. Well, it was poor timing of that wicket for Ireland from that point of view, but India will be pleased with how they came back after a couple of loose overs that they started out with.
It's a fairly good start for Ireland. The openers looking good. Lewis still out there batting really well. It's a good field placement as well, especially looking at extra cover and mid-wicket. They're in catching position. Putting the pressure on.
I think this pitch, we've talked a lot about how good of a batting pitch it is. So it's more about how you set your field, how patient you are as a bowler. Can you keep the ball in a good area and ask questions of the batters, force them to take the field on? And I think that's been the difference. The first few overs, couple of slips in, big gaps in the field. Ireland were able to find those gaps pretty comfortably. Since they've taken the catchers out and just plugged up those gaps, it's been difficult. Once you get it through in this ground, you get value for your shots. But the problem now for Ireland is how do they get it through the field? We've got some really athletic fielders out there as well, India.
We're talking about Sama's action, and a really good action, strong run up, very repeatable. But then a last strike, she jumps out, and there you go, she jumps out. With that action, more often than not, you'd expect the ball to come back into the right-hander. But with that action, she manages to get the ball to swing away for the right-hander, which I found really unique. Any bowler bowling that wide of the crease with that kind of an action, more often than not, you're expecting as a batter to everything to come back into you as a right-hander. That's quite unique that she's got.
Well, I just wonder if it's something that she could work on, because you're working against your body, moving away, then having to go back in. If she can straighten that up, she might add a yard of pace or so.
It also could be because her bowling hand is a little away from her ear, and that is why she's able to get the outswing going rather than getting the ball in, because you have to get the arm closer to your head.
Now that jumping away, but her wrist position and that seam position makes the ball swing away. There she goes again. Another really good over. 68 for 4. Yeah, don't like that. I don't like that. Since childhood, I've always been scared of clowns. Yeah. Saw it very early when I was a little kid. Never been a fan of a clown since. Colourful crowd here in the Niranjan Shah Stadium in Rajkot. Our first of the 3 ODIs, all 3 of them being played here. It's so good to see the crowd in. The change in bowling. Deepti Sharma. 99 matches. She's been a permanent fixture as far as the Indian side's concerned for a while now.
Well, I think Ireland will actually be pleased with this bowling change. Well, Deepti Sharma has all of the experience, maybe just not as dangerous, not as much of a wicket taker. You tend to maybe get yourself out. Well, she takes lots and lots of wickets. It comes from you taking her on. So if Ireland can maybe look to work the ball around for the next 10 overs or so, look to not lose any more wickets. If these two can stay out there for a while, then they can start to maybe look and look above 200. But at the moment, it's very much India on top.
Going in with the more traditional 4-5 field, which is 4 on the offside, 5 on the onside, couple of boundary riders on the leg side, deep square leg and a deep mid wicket, still mid off, mid on inside the circle.
Well, clearly her attempt is to attack the stumps. She might not get too much of spin here with the field positions. It's trying to keep it straight, trying to get probably an LV there because you don't have a slip, so clearly you have to attack the stumps and forcing the batter to play across the line.
I wonder if Gabby Lewis is eyeing that long on deep mid wicket region.
Well, I think actually Gabby Lewis, one of her big strengths is over mid-off and extra cover. So she'd prefer maybe it off stump, but can she take the fielders on straight, force Deepti Sharma to drop one?
Good start, just a single off that over, 69 for 4.
Discovery Plus is the streaming home of TNT Sports.
This is the place to be.
Feel like the boss with our interactive features. Watch that last-minute winner on repeat.
Absolutely speechless!
Switch between matches at the press of a button. Easy. Never miss a goal and always have something to talk about. So, what are you waiting for? Get involved with Discovery Plus, the streaming home of TNT Sports.
Looking Indian bowling attack. Sally making her debut bowl well. Didn't start that well though. She found her line, she found her length. Now that over from Priya. A couple of wickets, including the wicket of Ola, was looking very, very good. But so far, all the Irish batters have looked positive. Obviously not the position they would want themselves to be right now. 69 for 4. Change in the field. A short mid-on and a short mid-wicket.
I think you can see from that field just how much of a thinking cricketer Smriti Mandana is. Leah Paul has been definitely guilty of playing in front of herself. There was an opportunity that looked like it was almost put down from the leg spinner. She just didn't go for the catch. So Smriti Mandana, not waiting for things to happen, she's setting a field where she thinks she might get some wickets.
Should get at least a couple of runs here. But that's good batting, Mithali, isn't it? I mean, using the pace. Obviously, it seems like she's someone who likes the ball coming onto the bat. There's nothing much from the bowlers. You might as well step out or stay outside the crease for as much as possible.
Yes, I think that's a variation there. But with that field set, the batter is forced to try something new, and that is why you could see the previous ball where she got a 2 runs. She took a step. She's trying to create an opportunity from the short mid-wicket area where she could get a single or could get a 2. There is again a field change. This is good because it allows the batter to keep thinking when there are different field positions.
A push back now, the square leg. Maybe because of that, She was in a really good position to play that shot. Finds the gap, finds the boundary.
Well, the fielder sent back. Good idea if you know you're going to bowl the short ball, but unfortunately Leah Paul recognised the fielder gone back, expected the shorter delivery, and she was onto it in a flash. Right out in front of her. Fantastic batting. Deepti Sharma in the deep, probably not actually close enough to the boundary, but she was nowhere near that one. Just has to pick it up from the rope.
But now leg side.
Well, it feels like this over has been a bit of cat and mouse, hasn't it? From bowler captain of India against Leah Paul, asking questions. And Leah Paul's answered by coming down the pitch. It's something she likes to do. If she finds she's not scoring easily, she'll come at the bowler.
Does that again. Find the fielder this time around. It's something she's done before. And also, I mean, if you like pace on the ball, you don't mind doing that, as long as you can keep that shape for longer. It's also important, she's the only left-hander in the top order, so you want her to be there for as long as possible. A bit of bad, it seems. Not interested. Umpire Rakshit. Yeah, 76 for 4. First bilateral series in India for Ireland. It was a really good shot, very fine. Used the pace and starts the over with a boundary.
Fantastic innovation this from Gabby Lewis. Sees the gap now. 45 for Deepti Sharma. She's a tall player. Gabby Lewis gets right out to the ball. Doesn't try and hit it, just paddles it around the corner. More about placement than power. And trust the outfield to take that one all the way to the boundary. So Ireland coming up with some plans to counter-attack here.
A little bit under pressure now, Deepti conceding a boundary of the first ball, but she's got so much of experience, not just playing international cricket, but it's franchise cricket all over the world.
And she definitely is using her experience after getting hit for a boundary, but she's become far more flatter. The first ball was trying to give a loop, but the last two deliveries you've seen, she's trying to keep it tight.
Oh, there's the tempter. She still has mid-off and mid-on inside the ring, and Deepti Sharma, she knows how long. Well, mid-on goes back to long on, but she's almost asking Gabby Lewis, have you got the courage to take me downtown? She hasn't so far.
And also Smriti has been quite proactive as with her captaincy. Made those field changes, made sure the batter is on their toes, not taking anything for granted. A good comeback after that first ball boundary from Deepti. 80 for 4. The 20 overs gone 80 for 4. A couple of wickets for Priya. 1 over. Big turning point in this game so far. Wicket for Sadhu. Sadhu back into the attack. Right, it's time for the IDFC First Bank facts. This is the first women's ODI between India and Ireland to be played in India. First bilateral series. Ireland's played the World Cup here before, which you were part of, Isabel. Not too many in this team have played in India before, only a couple of them. Great experience with the World Cup coming up later this year. And also the weather. Enjoying the Indian sun.
Well, a lot of these players, they're professional now, so a lot of them playing in Australia and New Zealand in their off time. And they went to Bangladesh, where I think it was hotter there when they were there in November. So at this stage, though they're young, I think the last couple of years they've seen plenty of sun.
Yeah, good time to stay away from home.
You talk about the weather at home. We're having a cold snap. I'm not sure you know what that is here, but it means it's all of a sudden about 10 degrees colder. So I was heading onto the airplane, and it was to be the coldest night in a very long time. -7 in Dublin the night that I was leaving. We were just making sure that the ice was coming off the runways as we were leaving. So to everyone who's watching back home, I hope you've got some electricity. Lots of people losing their power with burst pipes.
That's a cracking shot straight to the fielder.
And back to the cricket here. I'm finding it really interesting watching Smriti Mandana captaining. She hasn't got a huge amount of captaincy experience, but in this game where you've got a lot of newish bowlers to international cricket, you've really got to shepherd them through. You're without your main seam bowler, Renuka, and I'd say when she brought Deepti on, it was almost like a bit of a break for her. You look after your own field, Deepti.
Yes, and saying that, I feel that it will also help her, you know, as a captain, because when you have a young side, young bowling attack, you need to think as a bowler as well, and it definitely will help her greatly moving forward. At some point, if she's going to lead India, these are the players who are going to play under her. So there is, you know, she'll develop a good equation with all these young bowlers.
With a half tracker, and got what it deserved. End of the 21st over. It's 86 for 4.
A brilliant positioning here from Leopold. She's almost on the back foot before that came. It was short, it was down leg side. And she hit it early enough as well to send it square and beat the fielder. She's looked like she's had a good plan since coming out in the middle. Good partnership building for Ireland here. Some more thinking to do for India's bowlers.
Excitement between the Indian bowlers. Deepti Sharma looking for that first wicket of hers. Kim Cotton is saying, right, you want me to move away? No, I'm not going to move away. I'll stay my ground, the umpire, to Deepti Sharma. What a bowler she has been over the years. We're talking about, Deeptas was mentioning about the fact that she's been around a few years now. Of course, the vice captain, 24 wickets for her. The last calendar year was exceptional. picked up the best figures in international cricket for her against the West Indies. 6 wickets. Conceding 31 runs. And one thing, Shivani and Isabel, that Smriti has been doing is bringing her main spinner on the last. She goes around the ground, she goes around the bowlers, and then she comes to Deepti Sharma, of course, knowing the fact that opportunity can be created by Deepti Sharma at will.
At any time, really, Deepti Sharma, she can bowl even in the power play or towards the back end of the innings, but she has the experience in here. Drawing on that false shot. Gabby Lewis closing the face of the bat too early, leading edge just over. Ends up safe, and the left-hander on strike.
I think as well, when you've got a young leg spinner, you want to get them into the attack as early as possible. You don't want them sitting in the outfield for a long time thinking about their bowling. 13-4 is a good return for Ireland so far. In quiet periods, though, that's what they'll need to work on looking forward, especially if they do qualify for that World Cup.
Lovely, excellent shot. She's been finding the boundaries over the course of her batting. Leah Paul, could have been a collision here. 91 for 4.
Double strike. Slowed them down a bit, Ireland, but thereafter they've looked good, this pair. Gabby Lewis and Leah Paul. Right-left combination as well. Going along nicely.
The tall structure in the second over was the first over in international one-day cricket for Sayali Satkare. An outside edge, nice stop. But Isabel, I know they're 91 for 4. They lost wickets early. Your assessment?
I think there are lots of things that you can be happy about as an Irish player. I think the run out was really disappointing. Sarah Ford was really disappointed with that dismissal because it was too far away from her. She'd missed the previous delivery, but this was, for me, the moment that they'll look back on and say that can't happen again. You have to know which fielder you're hitting it to. You do not run to Jemima Rodriguez. And then the other 2 wickets, I mean, Orla Prendergast, I reckon maybe she needs to just start deeper in her crease, make sure that she doesn't drag her foot out. But yeah, that's a really tight one. She'll look back and be disappointed. And Laura Delaney loves to come down the pitch against spinners. First up, she wouldn't have wanted to face the leg spinner. Definitely didn't pick the googly, so that's something that Ireland will look at, no doubt, ahead of the next 2 one-day internationals.
A lot of players playing for the very first time in the subcontinent, or maybe the second time in the subcontinent. Just recently they were in Bangladesh. How has been the preparation?
Well, I know one of the things that they would love to be able to do is in between series take a group of batters away, work maybe in India or somewhere in Bangladesh, work as a group of 5 or 6, maybe even 7, and just get 5 days together against spinners here in these conditions. As that's powered away by Gabby Lewis, too short, and almost a front foot pull shot smashed into the leg side. Sadhu, well, she needs to be fuller than that against Gabby Lewis. As Leah Paul's parents, they enjoyed it, no doubt, watching their daughter at the other end, but she picked this up really nicely and early.
Majestic pull shot there off the front foot as well. It was short. She dealt with it with such ease.
So just to finish that point, I think in between series, that's the next evolution. They've come a long way in 2 years. Being part of this championship has been a real changing point for Cricket Ireland. not only that you know that the games are coming in the future, but you know, it helped make the team professional. Nearly all of the players full-time. If they're not in education contracts, then they're full-time cricketers, and gives them the opportunity to go to places like New Zealand and Australia to play seasons.
She knows she's lost out on Laura Delaney and Orla Prendergast, but she will want to hold that ground as long as possible and take Ireland to a decent total to defend.
Well, you speak about that World Cup. It's been a long time since Ireland have played in a one-day World Cup. 2005, I think, the last time. That was in South Africa. So it's definitely the next step as well for this group is to qualify, get into that World Cup would be a huge achievement. $12 full-time contracts for Ireland. The remaining players that aren't on those contracts, generally on education contracts, so plenty of them in school and college.
Has it assisted a bit or a lot?
A lot, definitely a lot. No gym before work. And training after work. And trying to fit games in or getting time off, because the other thing that we used to have until very recently was you didn't get paid when you were on tour. So you're taking time off and you've got to try and keep your house at home. You're away for a month for a World Cup, you know. So just even being able to train in between and get your recovery in, get contact hours with the coaching staff have increased as well, and they're full time. So it's been a big change, and we've really seen it on the pitch.
Cricket is the family for you. The Joyce family, synonymous with Ireland cricket?
Well, I was having this discussion yesterday with Deep, and he was saying you're the first family in Irish cricket. I said, well, don't tell the O'Briens, because they might have something to say about it.
I will come back to it. 98 for 4. That's the coach, Ed Joyce. Isabel might know a bit about Ed, but how much, Ed?
Yeah, again, looking forward to getting to catch up. I'll probably see him more when we're on tour, me commentating him coaching, than I do at home because he's too busy. But no, he's been a brilliant addition as well. He's really enjoyed working in the women's programme.
Yeah, he's been full-time coach with the women's team since 2019, so certainly has had a fair bit of an idea how the development of the game has happened, especially after the pandemic, before that, and now on tours.
Well, he's someone who, you know, it was in, you know, high-quality structures for a very long time, lots of different ones as well. Famously played for England as well as Ireland, so he's got that knowledge that it's really difficult to find people with that actually know how it, you know, an off-season works. And he's very specifically a batting coach as well, and he's added a lot to this group. And actually, he didn't really know much about women's cricket before he took over as coach, which seems odd, I'm sure, since he's our brother, but we kind of played in parallel, kind of like toddlers when they play at the same time but not together. So he kind of had fresh eyes coming in.
The 5 members of the Joyce family has represented Ireland. That's an incredible number. Like, I'm just curious to know, yes, you are the first family of Irish cricket. There's no real doubt about that, I would say. But 3 brothers, 2 twin sisters, you and Cecilia. How did that happen, really?
Well, the backyard was a happy hunting ground. The boys used to let us play with them, even though we were younger, and they'd give us a bowl and a bat. You didn't have to get them out to get in the nets. It's really good bowling against the left-handed Leopold here. Really coming into use.
The backyard cricket must have been super competitive then, with the 5 of you. 25 done, 98 for 4.
My partner Nico and I wanted to create something together. Home fragrances that take you to inspiring new places. A few homemade candles later, and Earl of East was born. With Adobe Express, creating everything we need for our business is a breeze. Now, every day can be a little more special for people around the world.
That breaks the shackles of the 2 maiden overs from either end. Dipti Sharma happy to toss the ball up. A skill that she's always possessed, but a skill which has been coming around and assisting her in one-day international cricket. And as a batter, you're always looking for that opportunity to paddle Deepthi away. Not the easiest, but effective, especially because Ireland has moved up to 100 just at the halfway mark.
They've used the sweep well, accessing those huge spaces. And the key to that was just watching the ball hit the middle of the bat. Nicely driven down the ground. But it wasn't about the full-blooded sweep. It was just allowing the ball to come nice and close and play it late and tickle it down.
Well, former underage hockey international, Leopold. So she uses the sweep, mostly the conventional sweep. She's been trying to add the reverse sweep, but mostly the conventional sweep. You'd think the reverse sweep would come handily to her since she bats left-handed, but obviously played hockey right-handed. But historically, she was an opener, Leopold. She's only just moved down the order into the middle order in both T20s and one-day international, so she was very correct. She used to play through the V. She's been changing her game in the last year or so because there hasn't been space for her at the top of the order.
Just checking, Richard, just checking. I hope you're watching the ball.
I'd love to be able to see Leopold's face right now because she's someone who finds the humour in everything. She will have been having a good chuckle to herself about the tangle she got herself into. It just wasn't there at all, and actually I'm glad she bailed on it. Didn't try and do anything too funky.
(102 for 4).
Partnership building, 46 of 76 between these two, Gabby Lewis and Leopold.
That's inventive. Works well as well for Leopold.
I think she heard you, Isabel, and pulls out that reverse sweep, Leopold. She had to wait on it. The ball wasn't really coming on to her as quickly as she may have expected, so she had to wait on it, and then at the right time starts that downswing.
Yeah, I think it's really smart. She knows there'll be a lot of googlies coming her way, so she's decided to play with the spin, and with that 4, it's 50 partnership between these two. Very timely.
Yeah, when you look at Leopold holding that bat right at the top of the handle, and you feel that anything pitched short or given her width, she will pounce on it. But how she's nicely adjusting to the surface, to the pace between the spin and the seam options. This is very nice. It's not the easiest shot to play, but she definitely gives a thought to the bowlers.
I think when you see really comfortable players playing the reverse sweep, it looks different to what we've just seen side on there from Leopold. They tend to lunge forward. Admittedly, that was short, so she couldn't really lunge forward, but it looks like a taught skill and something that she's added to try and force a change in the field and open up other areas that she can score in. So really good play from her.
That's the second time that she's bowled a full ball on her middle and leg stump. Line to Leopold. Priya Mishra. The man in the centre, Mr. Niranjan Shah. The stadium is named after him, Niranjan Shah Stadium. That's a boundary again.
This time square, more power from Leopold. Beat that point fielder to her right. Better contact, slightly more conventional reverse sweep, and gets the result as well. 2 4s in the over so far.
I'm surprised by this reverse sweep because Mishra came around the wicket there, so she could have expected maybe the conventional leg spinner and decided to play with the spin. She does have to premeditate that reverse sweep. And it's clearly been something she's been working on even more since the last time I saw her.
Quicker. 1-1-2 for 4.
Ah, a lamp.
Stop it! I'm ticklish. You have released me, Aladdin. In return, I'll grant you 3 wishes.
I'd like to be smart as a fox, as strong as a bear, and be able to fly like an eagle.
Flying too? In this case, you'll need a Red Bull, the energy drink.
Ah, Red Bull gives you wings. Bye-bye, Genie.
And who grants me wishes?
You stay here.
Whoa!
More spin being introduced by Smriti Mandana. She knows this partnership of 56 of 82 deliveries is just providing a little bit of cushion to the Ireland team after having picked up those early 4 wickets. And she's just rotating her bowlers, going around the ground and looking at giving opportunities to as many as possible. Pratika Rawal. Gabby Lewis, the captain, stands tall yet again. 50th ODI for her, and back-to-back half centuries in one-day international cricket.
Brilliant moment for her, and I'm sure her coach will be delighted. Gabby Lewis, and she's been leading from the front with the bat for a while. She now has the captain's armband, and since becoming captain, she's relished it. Back-to-back 50s for her. Last one against Bangladesh, away from home, and this will be the feather in the cap. 50 against India. Fourth 50 as captain for Gabby Lewis, and she just seems to be getting better and better. So young as well, so much cricket left in her, so exciting for Ireland. She's started out so nicely with those 3 boundaries on the trot in the second over, but she's had a measured innings since then, and she's someone that when she's out in the middle, her teammates know that runs will be coming, and there's more of them.
Whenever the opportunity has presented itself, she's put the ball away. Any bad balls, short balls, or over pitch deliveries, she's found the boundary, she's found the runs. She's also left a couple of deliveries alone.
Well, I think for me, when she took over the captaincy, she had to captain at the end of the summer, the Irish summer, because Laura Delaney was injured. She made a brilliant 50 against England in the first one-day victory over England since 2001. A very strange shot that from Leopold, kind of like a straight pull. I don't think that's where she meant it to go. It came onto her a little bit quicker than she meant it to, but 4 runs nonetheless.
The flat bats that one, does the left-hander. I mean, 7 runs have come off this over so far with 1 ball remaining. Mid off, mid on, both inside the circle. Misses out perhaps. 28 gone, 119 for 4.
Been a very good partnership, 63 of 88. 4th 100 as a captain for Gabby, rather half century as a captain. And she's only started leading full time from the Bangladesh series onwards, so it's been a really good effort from Gabby Lewis, leading from the front with the bat. Good shot of protection in the deep. A change of ends for Priya Mishra.
The boundary in the previous over, Leopold taking it straight, almost flat batting that one. Both mid off, mid on inside the circle. It's a good plan, well executed. And she's looked good as well, the left-hander. Batting on 35. It's 5 4s in the mix.
They needed this partnership, Ireland. The 56 for 4. And there she goes again. Finds the gap. Another boundary. Turning it on now, these two.
I think that boundaries coming every overs, building on their confidence. It's a good partnership, as you mentioned. This is the partnership they'll be wanting to increase so that they can post somewhere close to 200, across 200 plus. The set batters on a wicket like this, a set batter has to make the most of it.
Oh, nicely bowled. Another googly. The wrong one. Well, that's one thing I don't think Leopold's picked. No, that's the googly.
And Priya Mishra does bowl a lot of them. Oftentimes, if you're a new batter, first ball is going to be a googly. First ball of a spell, usually a googly. It is one of her wicket-taking deliveries, and she bowls it very well. Has incredible control.
And for all wrist spinners, the googly is always the flatter and the quicker one as well. And against the left-hander, you would want to bowl a lot more of those, taking the ball away from the left-hander rather than allowing the batter to play with the spin.
Also, Leopold has found a good way to play the spinners. She's brought out the sweep, she's brought out the reverse as well. But she's also keeping the bowlers guessing, not just the other way around.
Another good over for Ireland. Won't get a second there though. 7 from it. 1, 2, 6 for 4.
Gabby Lewis leading from the front. Opened the batting for Ireland, and she's still going strong. 9 boundaries off her bat. And the opportunity has presented itself. She's taken it on. Whether fuller, shorter, she's had the shots. And what a moment. Fourth 50 for her as captain. And a good wagon wheel as well, playing all around the park. More so favoring the leg side.
She made a debut when she was 13. I wonder if that's even legal for a 13-year-old playing international cricket. And Gabby Lewis. A good shot. He's found the gap. At least a couple of runs now. That'd be 4. Very good shot against the turn.
I think that's her favorite area, a strong area. Gabby Lewis, we've seen how she's timed the ball when she walked in, played the fast bowlers, the seamers, purely on timing, and now the spinner. She's got a few boundaries from that area, pure timing.
A tall and wiry. He's always been, even at 13, 14, he's already quite tall. A fantastic player for Ireland. Plays around the world, plays in the Women's Caribbean Premier League, in the 100 in England as well. Plenty of franchise opportunities.
That run rate creeping up now. A while ago it was under 4, now it's almost 4.5. That's what you expect from 2 set batters, especially on the surface.
Going along at the current rate, you mentioned 4.42. Mithali mentioned in excess of 200. Going along, just like this, they can get to 221. If they can accelerate a little more, especially towards the back end of an innings, maybe 230, 240, definitely possible.
They're making it look really easy, these two now. It's 133 for 4 after 30. It's time for a hydration break.
Remitly, proud sponsors of Indian international cricket on TNT Sports.
Growing up British Ghanaian, I wanted to create a brand that supports the African farmers who supply the beauty industry. So I started Yendi Skin. With Adobe Express, it's easy to create everything I need to share my brand, my content, and my culture with the world. But the best part is creating a platform to share how African farmers make it all possible.
Every step I take
Hello, Jenna.
What's that?
I only just noticed. I got it last year.
No, not that. That. Oh, it's like a nationwide card.
Yeah, I thought you'd know that, Dad.
Why them and not me?
It just feels good to bank somewhere that's owned by its members, rather than someone like you.
Missed me.
Because we're owned by our members, we put members first. Nationwide, a good way to bank.
Adam Richmond's hunt for the best matchday menus continues.
I am going to explore Birmingham fork first.
As he discovers grassroots grub around the grounds.
Fresh fish on the beaches of Brighton.
And posh pickings across the Premier League.
I've made my version of a steak slice.
This is a little piece of heaven. Oh man, this is one hell of a Glaswegian memory. Cheers.
Brand new Adam Richmond Eats Football, Monday at 10 on Food Network or stream on Discovery+.
Remitly, proud sponsors of Indian international cricket on TNT Sports.
The Ireland won the toss, elected to bat first, struggling a little bit. Initially, they were 56 for 4, and these two have resurrected this innings. Unbeaten partnership of 77 of 100. Another half century for the skipper. Gabby Lewis batting on 59. A really good innings from Ire Paul as well, batting on 41 of just 52. New look Indian bowling attack. The absence of Renuka, Pooja. A good bowling effort, would be happy with that. Smriti Mandana leading the side in the series.
4 wickets to fall so far. Sarah Forbes is the first to go. Tita Sadhu rewarded for her consistency outside the off stump. And then this run out. No run there. She was eager to take it. Just after a boundary, Orla Prendergast just outside her crease. Back-to-back wickets for Priya Mishra. First bowler for Laura Delaney. Didn't pick up that googly and had to make that long walk back to the hut.
Well, the story's been so different post that 4th wicket. It's been all about Ire Paul and Gabby Lewis. A projected score. We're going at 6, reach 253. That would be a really good score. But even going at what they are right now at 4.43, around that 220 run mark. They would need this on a batting friendly service like we have here. Now after the break, they still continue batting the way they were, these two. Sama's back into the attack. It's wicketless so far, but has bowled really well. 5 overs before this, only 14. Playing a mess.
I think Ireland definitely has come back with the partnership, but India here will look to break this partnership. Now it's important to see whether Smriti will get Deepthi, her experienced bowler, to break this partnership, because she's the only one in the bowling lineup who has the experience. Oh!
What was that?
She put her foot out, ensured that the ball did not pass her. More of a reaction with that foot. Of course, if she'd gone with the hands, maybe one-handed dive, could have been a different story. But saved a 4 for the team.
Amazing how you look at the same thing differently, isn't it? That was definitely an opportunity. There's no two ways about it. That's how I see it.
Low to the right, always difficult for the keeper. But definitely, it was just that instinct, or the reaction went the wrong way.
Yeah, Shivani, I know you keep wickets as well. So did I. But then there's something that I've been observing Richan for a while now. Initially, her stance is too narrow, and that's the reason there's this little jump. And because of that, at times, she's not in the position. And I always believe, against the seamers, you don't really need to crouch as low as that. You can just be in the half squat position. Because anyways, you've got to come up. get into that power position from word go. Don't really need to go down all the way. But that's the wicket that India needed.
As we were talking about a breakthrough here, Saima did create an opportunity there, missed by India. But I think she's the pick of the bowlers who've so far, every over that she's bowled, her first spell as well, she's been on the mark.
Really good over from Saima. 31 done, 135 for 4.
Two partnerships, just as they were building, was broken, and now a larger one building. 79 runs this one is worth.
Looking dangerous, this partnership now. 79 run. The opportunity was created last over, and hold on to it. Yeah, Deepti now coming round the wicket to the left-hander. She's played this shot really well. Didn't time it as well as she would have liked to this time, but still get a single.
I think Shibani just said that probably Smriti is listening to me. She got Deepti Sharma to get the breakthrough. But it's important to see whether Deepti is going to purchase a wicket here, because the strip is such, she's not getting too much spin. And the more flatter you bowl, they are able to play the scoop and the reverse sweep.
Nicely played. Oh, sloppy. Sloppy, that one. It's nothing more than a push. Should have been stopped. It wasn't.
A little bit of luck for the Irish. Gabby Lewis with a nice looking shot. Well timed. Good use of the feet. Got to the pitch of the ball. But that's all it was. A good looking shot. But in the end, did pick up another 4.
It was hit hard, but again, post the break, opportunities created, but dropped, and then missed feeling. I've got to get it together now.
And this can be the challenge in a one-day game as well. 50 overs. Yes, you picked up 4 early wickets, and Ireland was on 56 for 4. But thereafter, a big partnership has built. So who do you turn to pick up that wicket? Yes, you're looking to keep it tight and ensure that it doesn't go 250, 300, but you also need to keep picking up those wickets.
But I guess on a surface like this, and Mithali, correct me if I'm wrong, as a captain, you're looking for some tight overs to create that pressure where you force the batters to play some shots. But if you're going to leak runs like India has post the break, there's no pressure on the batters. And that's where I think they need to get it together now, the Indian side. 7 from that over, 142 for 4.
It's time to start your business. Time to get customers. Time to make your future now. Create a website in minutes. How? GoDaddy. Coding? Nah. But all that writing? Nope. AI. Done, built, up and running. You have what it takes. Now take it to the next level. Create a beautiful website in minutes with GoDaddy.
Let's get to work.
Start today at GoDaddy.com.
Winter's Day here in Rajkot. The sun's out, pleasant temperature as well, and good cricket to boot. There's Saima to continue. It's been really good. Unfortunately, still wicketless. Reach up to the stumps now.
When we earlier discussed about Saima's bowling action, I feel with that bowling action she'll find it difficult to bowl to a left-hander, and that is the reason you've seen the number of deliveries she's bowled. The left-hander is usually played more on the onside than the offside. So as a captain, preferably I would have wanted a right-hander on the strike, but if you're going to leak runs, where we're talking, if you're going to leak runs on good balls, the bowler then have to shift the line and length. Yeah, so we were talking about Saima Thakur, very easy, smooth run-up, but when she jumps off away from the wicket, she's creating that angle to bowl outswing for a right-hander, whereas when the left-hander is facing, it usually is on the legs, and that's why she gets late for those runs on the onside.
Maybe should try come round the wicket to the left-hander. It's up in the air. Oh, dropped again. Is the skipper herself, Smriti. How unlucky has she been, Saima?
Well, the Irish batters are giving opportunities, but the Indian players don't seem like interested in converting them. Saima Thakur bowling a good spell every time she creates an opportunity. She's been disappointed by the fielders. They're not being supported well.
It was a slower delivery from Saima Thakur, well directed as well. Drew the fall shot out. It was in the air for a very long time. Unfortunately, Smriti Mandana wasn't able to hold on to that one. And that's all she can do, Saima.
You got a feel for her. That's what happens after a break. You will create opportunities against the set batters. Won't be a happy chappy. The coach, Amol Mazumdar. There was a couple of opportunities created after that break. A change in momentum. It's a batting unit. You don't want to break then. Another good over from Saima. 145 for 4. The crowd enjoying the day out. I watched some really good cricket, this partnership especially. Plays it fine again. Will it go all the way? Yes, it does. Another Irish batter with a half century. Leah Paul, what a partnership, what a knock this has been from Leah Paul. Came out to bat under pressure, gets up 50 and quick time as well of just 58 deliveries. She also has 100. This was her 7th 50 in ODI cricket.
I like the way that she's structured that innings, the responsibility that she's shown in the company of Gabby Lewis after having lost those 4 wickets, 93 the partnership. And now she's well aware of the fact that it's not just about those boundaries, it's also about the rotation of strike and making sure you're in there.
And she's also played to her strength. She's played a lot many shots behind the wicket, from the fine, from the third, reverse sweep, scoop, and she's given that support to her skipper and revived Ireland. Very good 50 for Leopold.
That's been the highlight, isn't it? Obviously got boundaries, but the way they've rotated the strike, never easy for the bowlers. Came out to bat, 56 for 4, under pressure Ireland. What a knock from Leopold. It's played all around the clock.
And there are certain areas as a travelling team or as a touring team you look for the positives at the end of the day. Right at the start, they got the decision going. They want to put the runs on the board. Ola Prendergast being stumped, didn't go their way. The run out didn't go their way. But this certainly will prep up that dugout, that the team in preparation for the remaining, of course, the remainder of this game and the remaining of the two matches. Like, what are the areas they can capitalize on? The conditions won't change. But this partnership, the way it's held the innings together, it's commendable.
7 from that Deepti Sharma over, 152 for 4.
You've got to go fast and then be careful.
Yeah, fast. What was the other thing?
It's deep love for fast cars.
This feels great!
It's about to sink the workshop.
We've got to start operating as a proper business.
That tea addiction is costing me £46,000 a year.
Can Hammond find a business brain inside his petrol head?
It's a job of a lifetime.
Don't be nervous.
Brand new Richard Hammond's Workshop. Tuesday at 9 on Quest, or stream the full series now on Discovery Plus.
We are children.
Looking comfortable, these two. Ireland as well. 16 more overs left in this innings. Starts off with a slower delivery. Sharma bowling at 8th.
It's been such an impressive outing for this left-hander. Leopold walked in at a time, was fed to her strength with those short pitch deliveries. Realized the importance of manoeuvring the spinners that were breathing down her neck and causing concern and trouble to her. But she held her ground. Very well compiled half-century. Valuable innings. And in the company of a captain all around the ground has assisted the left and the right hand combination for Ireland to be in a much more comfortable position than they were at the start of the game.
No ball given, I think, for an extra fielder outside the circle. Smith is having a chat with the umpire, and this is how the field placement was before the ball was delivered. Only 4 fielders inside. You need to have another one inside the circle. But that would mean a free hit. It's only getting better. Gabby Lewis on strike, free hit. Allowed to change the field because the batter has changed. Thirds inside the circle, long on's gone back. Free hit this for Gabby Lewis. Gets deep into the crease. Up in the air, doesn't matter. Only get a single from that free hit.
Well, clearly the inexperience in the Indian bowling attack is evident, because with the left-right combination, the bowlers took time to find their rhythm. And the constant change of the batter, they were not able to adjust the line and length quicker, so they're always taking some time.
Conscious change in the line. Mithali, you were talking about how her action makes it difficult for her to bowl across the left-hander. The last couple of overs, she also created that opportunity, trying to go across the left-hander. Got his shades on, doesn't want to see what he's thinking.
Yes, Saima is one bowler who prefers to stay over the wicket, whether she's bowling to a right-hander or a left-hander. She feels it's much more controlled bowling for her. And the variety of the angle change that she brings about, I think it's just about the wrist position, it's about the angle and the control that she has.
A 100-run partnership comes up with that single. The first 100-run partnership in ODI cricket against India, as far as Ireland's concerned. What a time to bring up this partnership. Of 129 balls. They've been really good, these two. Oh, the highest before this was 67. And guess who were the batters?
Must be one of the Joyces.
Double.
Double of them.
So both of them were there.
That's immense joy in the Joyce partnership for Ireland. Quality, of course, in that family.
She's bowled really well. Another good over. Now 156 for 4. Now 15 more overs left. 156 for 4, going at 4.5. Most important for Ireland is this partnership. 100 of 131. As Smriti Mandhana looking for options here to break this partnership. Priya Mishra back into the attack. Back to the end where she started her spell from. The end that she picked up those couple of wickets. But 3 boundary riders. Got a shot fine as well. Got a lot of runs square off the wicket, Leopold. I saw that wagon wheel a while ago. Square of the wicket, a preferred area, especially on the onside.
2 different batters. Gabby Lewis plays very good in front of the wicket. She uses her footwork, whereas we've not really seen Paul use or step out. She would rather play the scoops and sweeps, and as we talk, there is a boundary.
Yeah, wrong line. Probably in anticipation that Gabby might use her feet and come at the leg spinner. He tries to push this ball quicker down the leg side, no control on it. Very easy for Gabby Lewis to get a boundary. But what that also will do is going to put pressure back on Priya Mishra.
Much better this one. Slower outside off stump, enticing the batter. But at times I just get a feeling she does not finish her action. Look at that bowling arm, not going across her body. For a leg spinner bowling, especially against right armer, or rather right-hander, you want that action, that bowling arm to finish across her body. Much better this time. A good comeback, last 3 deliveries. Really nice from Priya after conceding that boundary down leg side.
Yeah, what she's done well after coming into international cricket is adapted nicely, quickened up in that run-up of hers. You just got to be very aware that you will be found out, so you have to have something new up your sleeve each series. 162 for 4.
My partner Nico and I wanted to create something together. Home fragrances that take you to inspiring new places. A few homemade candles later, Ind Indw was born. With Adobe Express, creating everything we need for our business is a breeze. Now, every day can be a little more special for people around the world.
It's an 11 a.m. start in Rajkot, the one-day international. And a half-an-hour lunch break before the second session resumes at 2:40 p.m. It's the first time that the Ireland women are playing a bilateral series in India. And a trophy, glittering one, the IDFC Bank, the IDFC First Bank Women's ODI Series trophy is the one to be looking out for. Gabby Lewis, the full-time captain of the Ireland women's cricket team, Smriti Mandana, captain of the Indian women's cricket team, who will have it in their dressing room. Good stop. They've become slightly more sharper, the Indian team. They need to be after a 107-run stand that has developed between these two batters. Isabel and WE in the com box alongside.
Good afternoon, Anjum. This has been a fantastic partnership for Ireland. Two players of contrasting styles. The left-hander effective and packs a lot of punch behind the shots. And the skipper classy and in the traditional mould. She's been easy on the eye as well. What a game for her. The 50th appearance in ODI.
A really exciting time for Irish women's cricket. And I think we're kind of witnessing the evolution of a young group of players who are pushing each other as well. There's a bigger group than there ever has been before. So people are jostling for position. Amy Hunter out injured, so that opens up an opportunity for someone else to come in and put their hand up and maybe say, no, I should be in the 11. Mina Romantoe probably missed out today. Sarah Forbes as well. They're two of the players that maybe haven't quite done it. Another 2 games coming up for them. Amy Hunter missing out in the Under-19 World Cup as well. But yeah, you said it perfectly, because Leah Paul is so different to Gabby Lewis. It shows that there's a place in one-day cricket for all different styles.
Pulled away into the gap, and she will find the boundary. Nicely played. Picking the length quickly enough, and the placement was excellent.
Now, what I'm surprised about this Indian bowling lineup is every bowler has come in and tried to test Gabby Lewis, especially with the short pitch ball. This, of course, being the change of pace coming from Sayali Satkare. But Gabby Lewis is a very strong player, square of the wicket. And she's not flustered with pace or military medium.
Tough pitch to bowl slower deliveries on. Really tough, because that wasn't that short. But the fact that it was a slower delivery gave Lewis time to get on the back foot. And we've seen how good she is at the pull shot. Go a little bit too full and she'll take you down the ground. So it's a really tough ground to do it on. Not enough action on the ball for me. If you're going to bowl a slower delivery, you have to almost try and bowl it like a leg spinner or like an off spinner. Try and get more on the ball.
On 6-8 for 4. For 41 so far for Priya Mishra. And that massive over right at the start of the innings, when 3 boundaries back-to-back came in for the Ireland women's team. Aerial. It's been grasped. Titash Sadhu. picked it up early, but wasn't able to do the clean-up act.
What happened there was that the ball dipped on her. These catches are always tough. You've got to be very decisive. The moment you decide that you're going to go for the catch, you got to go all in. There was a bit of hesitation towards the end. If she had gone a couple of paces quicker enough, she would have had it comfortably.
Yeah, it's the exact distance away from you don't want to be when taking a dive and catch forward. She was almost a little bit too close and a little bit too far away. If you can actually be at full stretch, that's what you want. And there, your knees get in the way. You've got to think about how you're going to hit the ground. So, yeah, not really well judged. Always difficult for when you're catching when the leg spinner is bowling, because there is that opportunity for the ball to dip. Not getting onto that one, Leopold, looking to sweep again. These two have been brilliant, haven't they? They've a really good friendship, and they bat well together. Bangladesh in a T20I game, they put on 107 for the third wicket. They had a brilliant T20I series against Bangladesh, and the way these two batted in the first T20 was kind of what got them started.
She's preferred the leg side as a left-hander, Leopold. And that's the right way to go about when you're up against a leg spinner as well. And we normally talk about partnerships, the importance of partnerships in an innings. And we can never ever overemphasize the importance of this partnership.
Even Ireland will be emphasizing on the importance of this partnership. This is the best ever 5th wicket partnership for Ireland against any opponent. 116 and growing. Leopold, Gabby Lewis, both have gone to half centuries. And keeping that scoreboard moving for Ireland. 173 for 4.
Dad, I'm a genius. I can make us penguins fly.
That's going to be tricky without wings.
Exactly. That's why I've got Red Bull. It gives you wings. All we have to do is drink it.
And how?
Come on, Dad. Just drink it. Watch this. Oh, what's going on?
It's 40 degrees below. Or did you think we're just standing here having fun?
Red Bull gives you wings, but only if you drink it.
Ah.
Smriti Mandhana has gone around the ground and giving everyone a bowl in this match. The options that are available to her. Sayali Satkare looking for that first wicket on debut in one-day internationals.
Could have pitched out to the leg stump, and that's the decision the umpire had to make.
Smriti Mandhana has gone for the IDFC First Bank DRS.
TV umpire to director, we have a review for leg before given not out. It's a fair delivery. Can we move to front on, please? Appears to be missing the bat, but can I confirm this with Ultra Edge? Keep rolling. It's a flat line when the ball passes the bat. To the pads, please. Satisfied, no bat involved. Pitching outside leg. Thank you. I'll go back on field. Akshay, you can stay with your original decision. You're on screen. You can signal now.
It was just in anticipation between Sayali Satkare, her family members keenly watching. What was the screen going to be showcasing? Heart of hearts, she knew it was just behind the leg stump, at the outside part of the leg stump line, but that hope still remained, looking for that first international wicket of hers. Run out chance at the keeper's end. It is. What a waste of a wicket for Ireland. 117-run stand comes to an end with miscommunication to the fore for Ireland team.
What a disappointing end to a fantastic partnership. We were just talking about their understanding as a pair. Leopold called very loudly yes, Gabby Lewis no. Leopold then retorted yes, and unfortunately no always wins. Really good fielding as well, brilliant wherewithal from Diol to throw it over and to Richard Gosh, who made no mistake. The brilliant innings from Leopold ends in disappointing fashion. Ireland lose their fifth. Paul goes for 59. It's 173 for 5.
It's time to start your business. Time to get customers. Time to make your future now. Create a website in minutes. How? GoDaddy. Coding? Nah. But all that writing? Nope. AI. Done, built, up and running. You have what it takes. Now take it to the next level. Create a beautiful website in minutes with GoDaddy.
Let's get to work.
Start today at GoDaddy.com.
When it comes to ghostly goings-on, I've always wanted to believe, but I've yet to see any proof. Now I'm heading home to my boyhood stomping ground with an open mind. Visiting some of
everything was so perfect in that pickup by Harleen Diol. She was very low on the ground. She was watching, her fingers pointing down, just allowing the ball to come into that cup nicely. Good throw right next to the stump. And I'm just glad Richa Ghosh had the time, even after that fumble, to have that composure and have those bails removed.
She was running to her left-hand side, picked the ball up. Look at Sahili Sadgare making sure she was not in the way. She had squatted to ensure that the throw was going over her. Good awareness from her as well.
On 7-3 for 5. Isabel, when you look at this batting card and you say 117 run stand, what is it that Ireland is looking to get from here?
Yeah, it's a good question, and a lot of it hangs on whether Gabby Lewis can stay out there for a lot of the rest of the innings, because if she can go past 100 and accelerate, which will be a big moment for her and for Ireland, you know, look 250. But if she goes, then things change a lot, because you're really down into the bowlers and kind of bowling all-rounders. So next few overs, I think Christina Coulter-Riley just needs to look to knock it around. Gabby Lewis try and take the game deep and give it launching pad.
Ireland also has to be mindful of the depth the Indians have in their batting lineup. This will remain a very good pitch for batting in the afternoon as well. So these are factors they need to consider as well when they set a target.
I think that 5th wicket partnership was a record. Just shows that top order batters that are batting at number 6 and 7. Well, that's a boundary for Coulter Riley. Gets off the mark with a brilliant sweep shot. 4 runs for her. She seems to be surprised herself with her reaction, but brilliant start for her.
The wrist spinner resorting to bowling more on the batter's stumps is paying the price for it. Not much of deviation from the surface, and with the pace being provided by the wrist spinner, it becomes easy to generate the pace once the gap is found.
That's pretty adjacent. If she didn't get a inside edge onto that. Richa Ghosh is being consulted. The bowler is unsure. Captain is also unsure. And by the look of it, they're not going for the review.
As a wicketkeeper, I'm not sure there's much you can tell from a delivery like this. You're completely unsighted, so Richa Ghosh, not the type of person that you should be asking, but I think it would have been the best review they would have made. They keep on reviewing ones that are pitched outside leg. This hasn't tactically been that good.
The fielder was adjusted after the boundary that came off Priya Mishra. From deep mid-wicket, the fielder was adjusted to deep square.
It was tossed up as well. The plan is in place for the leg spinner.
Down the leg side, bad line from Priya Mishra, and is punished as well. It's expensive over, good one for Ireland, 183 for 5.
Growing up British Ghanaian, I wanted to create a brand that supports the African farmers who supply the beauty industry. So I started Yendi Skin. With Adobe Express, it's easy to create everything I need to share my brand, my content, and my culture with the world. But the best part is creating a platform to share how African farmers make it all possible.
Yeah, they clearly should be looking at getting closer to the 250 mark from here, Ireland. How close was that LBW shout from Priya Mishra and the Indian team? Let's have a look. Wow, what a batting track this is. Consistent bounce.
Yeah, we were all thinking about the line. It wasn't against spinners. You're not, and especially in women's cricket, you're not usually looking at the length that it's pitched. And actually, well, she knew better than us. Is it going to bounce over? Smriti Mandana. She knew a lot more than we did.
Possibly the goodly and the height factor as well in that decision making. Riley, she knows it's the last 10 overs and wants to get the attack going.
Well, she's very much a T20 batter up until now, Christina Coulter Riley. And you kind of see that from how she's come at the bowler here. It's not needed at the moment. She needs to just try and find a way to get it into the cover region. They haven't brought the field up for her. I think that would be the thing to do against Christina Coulter Riley. Bring cover up, force her to try and hit through the field. Try and take a couple of wickets on the bounce.
Should be a couple. Maybe not.
Well, Ireland were burned with that run out earlier on of Una Raymond-Towie, so they waited till it got past Jemima Rodriguez and extra cover until they ran that. That's why there was only one run instead of what might have been 2. Well, Gabby Lewis is happy, I think, just to take the single. She'll want to face as many deliveries as she can.
This has been a good pitch for batting, not much of deviation after the ball lost its shine early on. And this is how the Indian bowlers are bowled today. They bowled 89% of the deliveries missing stumps, but that can be misleading because what they were trying to do was that they're trying to vary the length on a good surface for batting. Hence, it may not be possible for them to bowl deliveries that were going to hit the stumps all the time. So 11%, not bad. As long as the line was consistent. End of 41. 185 for 5 Ireland.
Deepti Sharma might be looked at as a bowler who bowl out here. Priya Mishra is being replaced by Deepti Sharma now. A couple of overs still remain for Saima Thakur and Sayali Sattere. Gabby Lewis, this is a nice challenge that Smriti Mandana has thrown at Gabby Lewis, approaching 100, approaching a milestone. What placement, what simple timing and placement from Gabby Lewis. This is a class stroke from the Irish captain.
Remarkable shot this from Gabby Lewis. It looked just like a firm push, and we were under the impression she might get a run or two for that, but the way it raced away to the boundary was fabulous because of the sheer timing.
It's one of those difficult shots to master and play.
Sign of a really good player when they can play in front of their pad like this because of the head position. Gabby Lewis managing to get that ball in the gap, and then it's such a good pitch and obviously a very good bat as well. Just sails away to the boundary, so brilliant stuff from her and good signs that she's able to play that shot.
Yeah, she's been very risky against the pacers and the spinners. That's the reason she's able to play those envoys so well. Gets nicely on top of the ball, gets a big stride out. Nice sort of weight as well onto the front foot.
And that's why the slowness from Deepti Sharma has come through. After that boundary, she's holding that ball slightly back in pace. And a good comeback over after that boundary. 189 for 5.
There I was, deep into my quest. I scaled huge mountains, discovered wild jungles, crossed vast deserts, even fought off a terrifying polar bear. All for man's most elusive object, the lost doofer.
Wow. My hero. Make your home epic. There's more to Argos.
Isabel, Gabby approaching 100. Are you nervous?
I would be nervous if I was watching in the crowd. I find that commentary helps me because I don't get nervous. I have to think about too many things. So this is definitely the best place to be. And for me, milestones are great, but just the fact that she's even got to 90, I feel like it's a watershed moment. Hopefully she's able to deal with the conditions here. It's a long time to bat. They still don't play that many one-day internationals, so just managing her body and things like that for Gabby is going to be a big ask. She had some injuries herself at the end of the summer. Orla Prendergast had to first Gabby had to take over from Laura, then Orla had to take over from Gabby. I think that no matter what, she'll fight through whatever this injury or maybe cramp might be, definitely, and look, can she get to the milestone. But no, definitely not nervous. I would say her parents, who are in the crowd, will be suffering from a few nerves though. Alan Lewis, of course, her father. As we said, it's a family game. Her dad captained Ireland as well, so someone that she can learn from. No, certainly that's her mum there, Sharon, and Alan Lewis on the right, known as Louis. They look pretty relaxed though, don't they?
What she's done really well is the way she's constructed her innings this morning. She took her time and she played orthodox shots. She not only steadied the innings but also ensured she put up a good partnership along with Paul, and that was one of the main highlights of this particular innings. And the shot selection has been fantastic as well, especially against the spinners.
And for me, I mean, I've watched so much of Gabby since she came on the scene as 13-year-old until now. I've never seen her look as balanced at the crease. She used to fall over towards point at times. Sometimes her bat swing wasn't as horizontal as you'd like, but it just looks like something's fallen into place for her today. And to look that relaxed, playing against arguably the #1 cricket country in the world, I think that shows that she's in a good place.
Had some fluids going, attended nicely by the physio. She knows it's the last effort in terms of batting before that half-an-hour break. Not going to be the easiest ones, but she's taken it in her stride. Quality 90 so far from Gabby Lewis, but that final push is still required for the team.
I'm just talking about Coulter Riley. She's had an interesting start to her career, because she's been at the non-strikers end twice when it's been a tight finish for Ireland, against Sri Lanka and against England. And in fact, she hit the winning run against England in a T20I, but she's had very little exposure. Even in those games she's played, she hasn't had a lot of time out in the middle. But those tight moments, she's stood up, and that'll stand to her.
Found the fielder.
Perhaps a bit of tedium creeping in for the skipper. She played the pull shot really well right through this morning, but on that occasion she could not generate the power she was looking for.
That'll be more comfortable. The short mid-wicket fielder coming out. That deep mid-wicket region is empty for her now. She's been trusting the bounce, and that's a long gap to plug. There have been a few chances that the Indians have offered the Irish team.
Well, this one, I was surprised that she didn't go with her glove there. Rachel Gosh wasn't in a position, and this one just got the feet mixed up a little bit, I think, Smriti Mandana. You want to be settled underneath it. So a little bit disappointing in the field. They have had the 2 run-outs, which have been excellently executed.
We'll have to re-bowl that.
She looks in real discomfort there, Gabby Lewis. Does not look comfortable at all. We're talking about how balanced and how calm she looked out in the middle, and just since they've had that break, she looks like she's battling with herself. Maybe she's trying to make a decision about whether she should play on, whether she should be going off the pitch. Seems like too good an opportunity to pass up, though. Coulter Riley just taking her time at the non-strikers, maybe just trying to buy Gabby Lewis some time.
Yeah, possibly the time is to just be on the non-strikers end. Take a single, give it to your partner at the other end, and earn those valuable few minutes that you can at the non-strikers end before you regroup and you're able to hold that bat firmly enough. Who is the call? But it'll just be the single, and Gabby Lewis will have strike at the start of the next over. 192 for 5.
Seven overs to go now in this innings. 7 overs, another 50-odd runs maybe. Try and reach that 250 mark. That'd be a really good score on the surface here. But the injury to Gabby Lewis, how crucial would that be at this phase? It's not easy. It's not easy when you're coming up from what, -4, -5 degrees here in Rajkot. She's struggling, there's no two ways about it. It's not easy when you've got your dominant hand, the left hand cramping up. It's difficult to hold the bat tightly, get any sort of power behind your shots. So onus would be on Coulter Riley now. Try and get those boundaries, get some quick runs. But she takes another single and gets Gabby Lewis on strike, who's batting on 92. Taken! Good return catch. Second catch for Deepthi, this time off her own bowling. And unfortunate for Gabby Lewis, who departs for 92. It's been a humongous innings from the Irish captain.
She definitely will be disappointed, but fantastic innings from the captain. Playing a very crucial knock, holding on one end to revive Irish innings. Deepthi Sharma making no mistake there. Taking a cotton bowl. She's bowled well. An experienced player showing her experience.
Much deserved applause for a wonderful innings. Gabby Lewis gone for 92, 194 for 6 Ireland now.
It's time to start your business. Time to get customers. Time to make your future now. Create a website in minutes. How? GoDaddy. Coding? Nah. But all that writing? Nope. AI. Done, built, up and running. You have what it takes. Now take it to the next level. Create a beautiful website in minutes with GoDaddy.
Let's get to work.
Start today at GoDaddy.com.
Arlene Kelly, new batter. The last few overs has been really good for India. A strike rate of 58 for Arlene Kelly in her ODI career. She got a strike rate of 82 in T20 cricket. A good over comes to an end, a successful over. 195 for 6. There's 6 more overs left. That 250 looks a little difficult now. Now they've lost the wicket of Gabby Lewis. A top over, the last one from Deepti. A good shot, but finds the fielder again. Every dot ball increases the pressure on the batters.
Deepti Sharma getting the better of Gabby Lewis. Straight back, good cotton bolt, nice and low. And soft hands from her. But Gabby Lewis, she was struggling at the crease. The last 12 balls just scoring 2 runs, hand cramps.
Was that another opportunity? A difficult one, this one, for sure. If there was any edge, it would have been an under edge then. Didn't sound like it. Ninth over for Saima. She's been absolutely fabulous right through the innings.
What she does well is she keeps it on the stumps or just outside, especially to the right-hander. She gets that hint of shape away, but it's her consistency, her accuracy that really stands out. She's only gone at 2.82 runs and over. It's incredible.
A slower delivery. I wouldn't mind singles at this point in time, the Indian captain. Where's that big shot coming?
Back of the hand, slower delivery. That is her go-to ball when it's a free hit, but we've also seen it otherwise, and she executes it well. You can see the seam that comes out with it.
Backed outside off, so maybe got an inside edge as well onto that. Given off the bat. Oh, leg by. So far 3 singles. Last ball. A cool to Riley on strike now. The mid-off's inside the circle. Wonder if she's planning to go over the top. So he's extra cover. Oh, very well bowled. Just 3 from that 45th over. 198 for 6. There was 56 for 4 one time, Ireland, and then that massive partnership between Leah Paul and skipper Gabby Lewis. But then losing quick wickets after that. 173 for 5 and then 194 for 6. 2 set batters gone. Ether's back into the attack.
Seen Tita's right from the new ball. We've seen her bowl more towards the shorter side, the wicket. Now she's pretty much bowling the 46th over. I think when you have your fielders in the circle, you need to bowl up to the batter to create opportunities.
Oh, inside edge, lucky there. A much needed boundary. Off Kelly's inside edge, that one, but would take it.
Fortune favors the brave. She came down the track looking for that big shot and went at it with power. The movement in after pitching meant that she got the inside edge, the bottom edge that ran away, and the 200 comes up for Ireland.
200-run mark breached for the first time against India.
It's been a good effort from the batters. Gabby Lewis-Leopold, 117-run partnership. Now Coulter Riley and Arlene Kelly. And they build another partnership, get them closer to 240, 250.
Another dot ball. That inside edge boundary is all they've got so far this over. That was a second ball. They've got to convert. If you get a boundary of the first couple of deliveries, you've got to convert that into a biggish over. And the intent is quite clear. It's not lack of effort. Mid-off, mid-on inside the circle, trying to step out, head over the top. That gets the elevation she wanted. And also the gap, finally. Out of the middle of the bat. The second boundary of the over.
Peeta's clearly struggling for her length. Too short. And the batter makes the most of it. He's been more on the shorter side. And when you have mid-on and mid-off up, nobody guarding the boundary line, the batter plays a good intent shot.
The third's inside, long on, sent back. That's a top edge, should be taken. Yes, oh no, it is dropped again. Third one to go down in this innings. Harleen Deol, she is so good, usually. Another one goes down. 9 from the over, 207 for 6.
You don't quite expect this, not from someone like Harleen Deol, who's very good in the field. We've seen her take some blinders. But it is always difficult when going back. The ball's swirling. It's been a tough day, and sometimes when one goes down, two goes down, it's infectious, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is. And this one was a difficult one. Like you said, it's never easy. Running backwards, coming over the shoulder. Too straight. That is the last over. Top effort from Saima. A little unfortunate not to have picked up a wicket in this innings. Look at the economy rate. Less than 3. Right, again. Over mid-off is an option, over extra cover is an option. And slower down the leg, got away with that.
She's done the hard work through the middle overs, Saima Thakur, and now towards the back end as well. She came in, first change. She's bowled those tight overs through that long partnership as well.
Should look for 2. I wouldn't get it. Projected scores. Yeah, they should still get to that 220, 225. They might be a little disappointed during those middle phase when that partnership was happening. Looked like they were good to go, get 240, maybe even 250. But now, they can still get there. 10 runs and over from here on. It's found the gap. Couple of runs easy this time.
The width was on offer, but nice wrists to beat that point fielder, but also to keep it away from the sweeper cover, to come back for the 2. Arlene Kelly, 93 her strike rate today so far with 2 4s.
Another slow one back of the hand. She does it really well.
The batters have continuously been getting those 1s and 2s, keeping the scoreboard ticking despite not getting a boundary last over. So far, No boundary this over as well.
The last 30 deliveries, it's 22 for 1. Up in the air, but yeah, too far from Deepti. Top spell. 10 overs done for Saima. Just 30 runs from those 10 overs. 2-1-2 for 6. 3 more to go. Yeah, 56 for 4. And then came these two. Put together mammoth partnership. Leah Paul, Gabby Lewis. Both of them got half centuries. Left and right hand combination, and also the areas they would access were very different. The 117 run partnership. That is a record partnership for Ireland. 3 more to go. Teethers to bowl the 48. Fine legs inside, thirds inside. Good hit. That's a good strong hit down the ground. Get a boundary off the first ball. This has to be a big over for Ireland.
Good use of the feet, good planning and great execution. Stayed leg side of the ball so she could go over mid-off. And good swing of the bat as well. No half measures. And starts the over with a 4.
Slow delivery, web ball. Very full, will only get a single of this. Now that gets Cool to Riley on strike. It's the more accomplished batter. It's not changing the field. So that option over mid-off still open. But the length that Teethers is bowled, back of length. Difficult to go over mid-off and extra. A lot fuller and slower as well. The dot ball.
I think this is the length they should be bowling this time, because the batters are trying to charge. All you want to do is try and bowl Yorkers of fuller length, not allowing them to go the aerial route. And you have the boundary riders, 3 on the on.
Fuller and straighter. A little help. Won't mind at all. Teethers.
Playing a little too straight perhaps. Ended up hitting this stump in a few overs ago, and now a non-striker.
That's all you can do. Smile at that. Slower. Oh, couldn't find the gap. Went straight to the fielder for only a single. She picked the slower this time around. And 6 so far. Last ball to go. Kelly got that boundary off the first ball. She's on strike. The same field. A lot of protection on the onside. That's good bowling. And extremely good batting. Even though there were a couple of fielders on the boundary, but still find the gap. Good over. 10 runs from it. 2-2-2 for 6.
My partner Nico and I wanted to create something together. Home fragrances that take you to inspiring new places. A few homemade candles later, Ind East was born. With Adobe Express, creating everything we need for our business is a breeze. Now, every day can be a little more special for people around the world.
It's Deepti Sharma to bowl the penultimate over. This is good. And 3 fielders, boundary riders on the onside for that slog sweep. There it goes. At least a couple of runs. Shamima's quick. And she would prevent that extra run. Just a single.
Last ball the previous over. Arlene Kelly this time took it leg side. Fantastic hit. Her timing has been on point.
Kelly's been good so far, 25 of 21. Gets another single, gets Coulter Riley on strike again. Change in the field. Mid-wicket's inside the circle now. The square leg has gone back.
I think so far Deepti was able to keep them singles. But yes, that was a good field set, I would say, because they were getting access through that area. They've got a boundary, they've got a couple of runs. The captain herself in that field position.
The 5 singles so far in this over. In that shot over mid-wicket is on. Can use Deepti's pace. Coulter Riley on strike. Get a boundary of the last ball. She got squarer. That's 6 singles. Oh, another over to go, sorry. So there are 5 singles.
It's been good from Deepti Sharma. It's been unpredictable.
It wasn't wrong after all. 6 singles. 228 for 6.
Final over of the innings. 6 balls left, 228 runs on the board. Darlene Kelly looking good.
Last over. On debut, Siley to bowl the last over. It's Coulter Riley on strike. Yeah, 14 of 25. Last 6 deliveries. Well bowled. Oh! Gets a single. Importantly for Ireland, it's going to be Kelly on strike now, who's been the aggressor so far in this partnership.
That's the importance of just stopping that ball and not allowing the single, because Arlene Kelly, she has 4 boundaries already, striking at 116. What can she do here?
It's well bowled. Loft fuller, slower this time. That's the feel she's got for the fullish delivery and straight as well.
Also, Smriti's got her best fielders in the boundary line. You see Harlin Diol, Jemima Rodrigues, Smriti herself. Good field set.
Oh, that should be given. Yes, it is. The finger goes up. Our first ODI wicket. Shaili, she's done really well. Has toiled hard for her first wicket and she finally gets it. And happy faces, that's family. Been referred though. It looked quite adjacent.
TV umpire to director, we have a player's review for leg before given out. It's a fair delivery. Can we move to front on, please? Ball passes close to the inside edge of the bat. Can we confirm this with ultra edge? There's a clear gap as the ball passes the bat. We'll move to ball tracking when ready. Pitching outside of impact in line, wickets hitting. Thank you. I'll go back on field to Kim. You can stay with your original decision of out. You can signal now.
Must be a massive relief for Saili. The umpire got it right as well, and she gets her first ODI wicket.
On debut, entrusted with bowling that last over and getting the wicket of Arlene Kelly, who goes for 28, 7 down now for 230.
Georgina Dempsey, the new batter, needs to re-bowl that. 3 more deliveries left in this innings.
It was reviewed more out of hope than anything. It is the last over. Ireland had 2 reviews available, but Saili Satkare right on target on this occasion. Her first international wicket. A moment to remember.
Hit in the air. It's got protection there. Good running. Good positive running for a couple of runs.
There's a good intent shot. Wider off, long off. Will Ireland team end it with boundaries, or is it going to be 2s? Something Sayali will have to look.
She's bowled well so far to her field. That's all right. Another wide, but you can see what she's trying to do here. Full and straight, because she's got protection in the deep on the onside. Got a long off, long on, a deep mid wicket and a deep square leg.
Looking to keep it tight, not provide the batter with any room, any width on the offside. Because although she has the leg side field, even if you bowl it on the offside, it can be easier to convert those to leg side boundaries at times.
It's a bit of an opportunity there to pierce the offside field. No bat on that. Now 1 more to go. Last ball of the innings. No change in the field. What can Dempsey do of the last ball? Ireland on 234. Can they finish this innings with a boundary? Steps out, and she does finish it with a boundary. Very well played. Over covers for a boundary this time. So 238 for 7 is what Ireland have got in the quota of 50 overs.
Great way to finish that Irish innings with a boundary. Georgina Dempsey just facing the 3 balls, getting 6 runs for her side. And they get to a competitive 238, staying leg side of the ball, using the momentum. And then goes over that offside cordon. But 10 runs coming off that final over, the 50th over, takes them to 238.